Joe's Adventure. Joe was a guinea pig, but he was a very tiny guinea pig. But he had big dreams. Joe missed his family. Joe wanted to find the lost city of the guinea pigs. And Joe knew that there was one thing that would help him find the lost city of guinea pigs. The legendary cheese.
Exclamation mark.
So Joe spent his days searching through fields and forests to try to find the legendary cheese. And one day, on a very cloudy day, he saw a bright glow coming from the very tippy top of a very tall tree. And he knew that it could not be the sun so bright on that day because there were so many clouds. This must be the legendary cheese. But he had to climb this tree to see and to be sure. But Joe, you'll remember, was a very tiny guinea pig. And he can't climb a tree. He didn't know what he was going to do. So he thought, and he thought, and he finally thought about his friends. His friends, Bob, Caramel, and Normie. His best guinea pig friends that he'd ever had. They were sure to be able to help him. So Joe went to get Bob and Caramel and Normie, and they were all excited when they saw the glowing light inside the tree, and they all very much agreed that it must be the legendary cheese. So they decided to make a tower of pigs, and they all climbed on top of each other's backs, and they made a very tall, wobbly tower of guinea pigs.
I thought you said pigs.
They are pigs. They're guinea pigs. Joe had the ability to climb his friends just like he would climb a ladder. And he made it all the way to the toppest branch, that's not a word, in the tree, where he could see a glow. But he also saw that there were two worms with silly helmets on.
That was my idea, but not the helmet.
And Joe said, "Hello, my name is Joe. Who are you?" The worms introduced themselves, as they always did. "We are the gods of the legendary cheese. My name is Fred, and this is my sidekick, Diamond. Do you know the password?" Joe didn't know the password. So he said, "No, I don't really know the password." So they said, "Well, you will not make it to the legendary cheese then. You must have the password." And so Joe decided to guess. Is the password bubblegum? Fred laughed. "No, the password is not bubblegum." Is it supercalifragilistic? "No," said Fred. And then finally Joe guessed, "Is it Jeffy the Eagle?" And Diamond and Fred both laughed hilariously. "No, it's not Fred. It's not Jeffy the Eagle." And Jeffy the Eagle said, "Yes, it is." And he picked up both the worms and flew away. And there it was, the legendary cheese right in front of Joe. But Joe saw the shiny cheese and it was so bright, he couldn't see where he was going, and he tiptoed and he almost fell off the branch. And he thought, "I know what'll solve this problem. I need my special cheese sunglasses." And he pulled out his sunglasses and he blocked the light from the very shiny cheese, and he approached it very carefully. He wasn't sure if it had a force field or if it was going to be okay. And he very carefully, very slowly, he went and he reached out with his teeth. And he took a nibble. And it tasted kind of gross. But he knew that if he had to get the power from the cheese to find the lost city, he had to eat more. So he very carefully, very slowly, he took another bite. And it was even grosser. And he was brave and he took 3 more bites. Half of the legendary cheese was gone. And he could not. Joe couldn't eat any more. He felt very weak and tired. He felt kind of weird, like medium weird. And then he started to feel sick, like all the cheese was going to come back up. And he didn't want to see that. And then finally, he felt a bubble and a little wiggle on his back. And all of a sudden, pop, 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 griffin wings shot out of his back. And he flapped them and flew into the air. He flew all the way up into the clouds. He said, "Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Caramel. Thank you, Normie." And he flew away. And he went above the clouds and below the clouds. He did whip-de-whirls. He did loop-de-loops. And he spun in circles. And finally, he flew long and far enough to find the lost city of the guinea pigs. And he saw all of the family that he had been missing. His great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, his great-grandfather, his nephew twice removed. He found them all, and they were so happy to see Joe that they threw a really loud party. And they went like this. Woo! Can you guys be really loud at the party?